Hey guys, I'm Simulator Tech, and today I'm going to be building this crazy budget custom keyboard. Just a quick disclaimer, Akko did send me these products for free to review, but I will try to be as objective as possible. One more thing, thank you guys so much for 300 subs. I literally thanked you guys for 200 in the last video, we're growing like crazy fast. Anyways, let's go over the parts for this build. The kit I'm using is the Akko 5075s. It's a gasket mounted 75% keyboard with a knob and it looks pretty sick. The color I got is vintage white and it's actually white. GMMK Pro. One main feature of this board is the RGB. It honestly looks like insane. The perky lighting is pretty on par with most boards in this price range, but the side LEDs that fire downwards look like really awesome. I have not seen a GMMK Pro before, but I'm pretty sure this beats it. I have seen some other YouTubers review the pre-built version of this board, and they had a problem where the side LEDs on the PCB would just fall off when they took apart the board. I didn't have this problem, but that's just something to keep in mind. Now, it does use plate-mounted stabilizers, but it is compatible with PCB mount stabs. Personally, I don't care since the stabs are actually really good. Stock, they're not bad, but they're a little bit rattly, but with some extra dielectric grease, they sound like really good. The plate uses silicone gaskets, and the board itself comes with the polycarb plate, PE foam sheet, a silicone dampener, and a north-facing hot swap PCB. Now this is pretty much my main gripe with this keyboard, since you really can't use cherry profile keycaps unless you use long pole switches. As far as I know, this has been one of Akko's biggest downfalls. But hopefully we see more boards with south-facing LEDs from them following the release of the Mod 007s, since that did actually have south-facing LEDs. The switches they sent me are the Akko Pom Silver Switches. These are a fully palm linear switch with the light 2-stage spring and an ultra long pole stem. The stem is like insanely long, so it only travels 3mm total. With the full palm build, the specs of this switch actually kinda sound like a certain Novel Keys cream switch. Stock, they're actually quite good, but they're a little bit plasticky and you can hear a little bit of spring ping. I lube these with Krytox 205G0 and Super Lube for the springs, and dude, they sound deeper than when girls talk to me. I have never used Novel Key creams, but I think it's safe to say that these are quite a bit smoother than the creams. I'm not sure if these switches improve with a break-in period like the creams do, but I don't know if it's worth it since they're already pretty smooth out of the box. It's also worth noting that the packaging for these switches as well as all of Akko's products is like freaking amazing. The keycaps I'm using are Akko's ASA blue on white keycaps. They're double shot PBT and they're pretty thick. The printing is really crispy and the kitting is like absolutely insane. The extra keys it comes with are pretty cool looking too, and look at this packaging. Now, I've never owned a GMK set before, but from what I've seen online, the packaging on those is nowhere near as good as this, and this costs like half of what those cost. Now, let's get onto the build itself. First, I'll use a little bit of magic to lube the stabilizers with dielectric grease. Then I'll drop them in. Here come the switches. I'm gonna tape mod the PCB on this board to try to eliminate a little bit of hollowness there was in the case. Normally I would try something like foam or polyfill, but I don't want to get rid of what little flex this board has. Just a side note, I didn't make a sound test of this board stock since I'm lazy, and you can find sound tests of the pre-built version of this keyboard on YouTube. As a quick spoiler, it really doesn't sound great stock, but whatever. Next, let's install the top case. It clips onto the bottom, and I really like this approach because it makes it easy to change things up in the board without having to break out a screwdriver every time. Now I'm going to install the keycaps. Here's a quick clip of the gasket performance with the top case clipped on. It's not really the bounciest experience, and you really won't notice it while typing, but honestly, I don't really care for like a super flexy typing experience. For those of you who are, I would look into buying aftermarket gaskets made of something like Poron. That will definitely improve the bounce. Finally, I'll install the knob, and dang, this board looks insane. It also sounds really good. Here's the sound test. This board is like really poppy. It's got a really fun typing feel because of the 2-stage springs in the Pom Silvers. Also, the spacebar kind of has a bit of that like hollow SA profile sound, which is like pretty cool. I think it sounds pretty good. Thank you guys for watching this video, and thank you to Akko for sending out these parts. And I'll see you guys later. Bye!